Well, after a little rest and a relaxation, I thought it was time to get up and head to a new island. So the first island I went to was called the Genome Island, which obviously does things about genomes. I do love cells, and unfortunately, while I was playing around, I got stuck inside a cell, but it was great to see what's inside a cell, what it looks like as if you're in one. Probably one of my first chances, or my only chance I'll ever have to be inside of a cell. But what I was really more interested in is playing with DNA. So I got out of that cell and I got up and found some DNA strands and decided to have a little fun with them. The site was a pretty interesting site, still not sure how everything works here exactly, but I really liked the way that they used medical technology here. After I was done with this site, I went to check out Democracy Island. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been to Democracy Island, but it's definitely talking about democracy. No question there. Only the democracy that they're talking about, I'd assumed, would be more relevant to, say, United States democracy, when a lot of the democracy they're talking about tends to relate to online democracy or the way we can use democracy on Second Life. And I can't say I'm that interested in discussing how democracy is used on Second Life. It's definitely an interesting topic, but not one that I really wanted to cover. So I left there and I tried a few more kiosks, and it seems like a lot of these kiosks that were all over Second Life were mainly focused on giving me information about democracy, or in some ways lack of democracy. So I decided to get off this island, and I went over to Alliance Virtual Library. And, well, Alliance Virtual Library is definitely a library. Yeah. When you click on things, well, it usually will take you to a website which has information on it. If it doesn't take you to a website that has information on it, one of the other options that you may end up going to see is a book that actually has information in it in Second Life, which kind of amazed me. I didn't think I was going to be able to find a book which you could actually pick up and turn pages in Second Life. But, hey, there it is. A little surprised, a little shocked, but okay, glad to see it. After that, I thought I'd try something a little bit more techno, and I went over to the Second Life Planetarium. Unfortunately, NASA is still under construction, and they should be back in a few months. They got all their rocket ships ready to go. They got their places where they're going to meet each other. I had fun getting up in the air and taking a look at all their rockets that they had available, and the locations where they're going to place their media, and the locations where they're going to have large conferences. Looks all really good. I'm really excited to see what happens to it. Well, the last website I decided to go to was Health Info Island. And I thought it was kind of funny because the first thing that happened to me when I went to Health Info Island is I came in and decided to look at a microscope. And underneath that microscope, well, was Ebola. And I thought to myself, wow, okay, so I'm in this virtual world, and now I have a pretty nasty virtual disease. But that's an interesting way of doing things in Second Life. One other thing I found out in Second Life while I was there, they had a very large picture of Shaft, the guy, the original Shaft, the one played by Richard Roundtree, and they had a lot of information here about how Richard Roundtree has breast cancer, and he's one of the big proponents for breast cancer. And, you know, they talked about it for a little while and told you things you could do to help out. Didn't really want to sit there and read all about the problems that Richard Roundtree had with breast cancer. I find it interesting. I'm glad there's a place where they can put it like this. But I was looking to do something kind of, I don't know, fun. So I went down the hallway a little farther, and I found this place that said it was going to be a virtual reality room. And I thought, sweet! A virtual reality room within a virtual reality. So I said, yeah, teleport me there. And I lost my hair for a second. And then slowly the room came in. And after a few minutes, I suddenly realized that I was trapped in the room. And there was no way for me to get out, which is always really annoying. Of course, I have that nice teleport button, so I can get out that way. But that basically wraps up my experience on Second Life. I think there's a lot of good tools out there and great ways that people are utilizing Second Life to teach with. Some with more interactive media tools, some with the standard media tools that we're used to using both in the classroom and in other ways. Well, I hope you found this interesting, and I hope my character gets out of that room. Probably just gonna have to teleport him out because I don't think there's any other way to go. But you all have a good day. Take care.